Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Futures West, we're glad to be here. I'm Sherman McClellan. With me doing the presentation is my son Tom McClellan, and joining us in our technical work that we do is my wife Marion McClellan. And we are market timers. We're very interested in what the time is. My family have been farmers in the past, and we're very conscious that you plant corn in the spring and you watch it grow during the summer and you weed it and then you harvest it in the fall. And we're very concerned about what time of the year we are in the market. Is it a time to plant? Is it time to invest your capital in the market? And there's a time to watch it grow, and there's a time to take it out of the market and harvest it because the winter's coming. So our approach to the market is, how do we know when springtime is? When do we know when the summer is? When do we know when the fall is, so that we can take appropriate action in the market? We can't tell from how long the days are, because we can have bull markets in the wintertime by a calendar, but there are factors that affect the market. We all know that the Federal Reserve affects the money supply. We have other kinds of activities on the federal level of how much debt is being added by the federal government, which affects the amount of money flowing into the economy. We know that foreign trade deficits affect money flow out of the country, and those are depressing effects. So there are many things that go into the factors that affect what time of the market we have. We did the development work on McClellan oscillator in the late 1960s. It's been featured on Channel 22, which is our local financial station in Los Angeles, which you've seen out on the counter, and as a part of Charting the Market with Gene Morgan. And since that time, we wrote a book called Patterns for Profit that describes that work and analysis that we've done. And we'd like to, it's based on advances and declines, although the type of calculations that are involved can be applied to down volume, it can be applied to price, it can be used for any type of thing. We use it not only for stock market analysis, but also for commodity analysis, and we do price calculations for quite a number of commodities where there aren't advances and declines information. Now, I'm going to introduce my son, Tom McClellan, who's going to start off the presentation this afternoon.
We're, as he said, very interested in the timing of things. I have a friend, she's a stockbroker, and she told me about a client of hers that came to visit her one day. This was a client that she'd been keeping in normally conservative investments, CDs, annuities. He came into her office and said, I want to speculate in the futures market. And she said, no, you need to think about that. It's kind of a risky thing. It can be up one day and down one day. And he said, oh, I know. I already got a plan for that. I'm only going to speculate every other day. So what we're going to try to do is help you see some ways to find out when those every other days are. I want to tell you about an imaginary futures market. We'll call it the temperature futures market. If you could buy and sell temperature when it gets hotter in the daytime, you'd be richer, and when it gets cooler in the nighttime or in the wintertime, then the temperature market would be going down. If we imagine that, then we all know that as the summer comes, that's the time to be long temperature. And as the winter comes, that's the time to be short temperature. Same thing in the daytime and the nighttime. And when there's a storm, it's colder than when it's a high pressure system. So if you only have a clock and a calendar, you can do great trading the temperature market. And when you get to extremes of overvalue, a fundamentalist would say it's 95 degrees outside, that's the end of summer, winter's coming. Well, we can have 95-degree days here in Los Angeles in May and still have plenty of summer left. When you get to great extremes of high value in temperature, you can find even small pockets of